up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So this is my September plan with me. We're gonna do a really quick flip through of August so I can show you guys how I used my bullet journal for the month, and then we'll get into the September planning. So you guys know that I am a foster parent, but I am still waiting for our first placement, so I didn't get to use the calendar like I thought I was going to, but I do still like that layout for the future. Then with this goals spread, I did actually get to do some of these goals, so I'm just going through really quick to kind of check mark off what I did complete. And then I also did not get to fill out the rest of this playlist, but I am doing that right now because I've been listening to these TikTok hits on Spotify. There's like a whole playlist, and my husband and I, we love watching TikTok together, and so we both have been listening to this playlist, and there's definitely become some new favorite songs from that playlist. So I'm just filling that out with some of the songs that I really enjoyed. Then with the highlight of my day, I actually really love the concept of this spread. I just didn't have time. Once I started going to work, I totally forgot to fill it out, but I do want to bring that back another month and try it again. Just have my admin call notes, which I do every single month, and my August wrap up, which I'm just showing you a clip of the July wrap up so you can see how it is when I fully fill it out. And then I use that to put it into my 2020 stats page, which I actually haven't filled out the last 2 months, so I need to get on that. Then my meal planning for this month, it went really well. As you guys know, I've been doing my keto bento box lunch videos, and I use this meal plan spread to plan those out and do my grocery lists. So I actually used this the exact same, like all 5 weeks I think I used it. It was only the last week that I ended up changing the like weekly concept, just because of me being at work. I have 3 days off, which is when I get most of my stuff done, and so I ended up making those 3 days a lot bigger than the weekend, because the weekend is when I am working a lot and I just don't have a lot of time to get a lot of stuff done. There were a couple of spreads in between there that had notes from foster placements that I got called from, but I can't show you those just because they are like confidential. Now we're gonna go ahead and work on our spreads for September. I'm trying to find the colors that I want to use for September, and I decided to do a brown, a reddish, orangish color, and then I think it's called gold. So those are the colors I'm gonna be using for September. I'm setting up this like little calendar at a glance really quickly. I do like having this a lot because it's really easy for me to see. I'm such a visual person. Then on the right side, I am just doing my normal calendar, but I didn't cut this page and do a Dutch door since I don't have a placement and I don't want to continue cutting the pages until I know that I'm going to be using the other side. So I'm just doing a calendar on the left and then a to-do list on the right, and then I just have next month at the bottom. Then again, I'm doing my admin call notes at the top of this page. This is just something for my book club. And then I am doing a couple different like finance spreads. I'm doing a no spend September challenge. I actually have a whole Facebook group about it. If you want to join, I will link that down in the description box. But what I'm doing right now is I printed off the statement for August, and I go through and I color code everything. I think like gold is all of the actual essential purchases that we had made, and then this like red color is all of the extra expenses that we didn't have to spend money on, and then I have other different colors for like groceries. I was trying to figure out how much we spent in groceries, and this is so helpful. Like obviously you can just see from the colors here how much we spent in extra expenses that didn't actually have to be spent on. And so the way that I do my no spend month is I am able to save a bunch of money by only purchasing the things that we actually need. And so the spread that I'm working on right now, I'm going to be putting the goal for the expenses. So for instance, for gas, I'm going to write down how much we spent in gas for the month of August, and that is what I'm budgeting out for the month of September. And then for groceries in August, I felt like we spent a little too much. We spent around $800, and I want to drop that down to $600. So I'll be able to do that by sticking to my actual shopping list, not buying anything extra, buying more items that are on sale instead of just items that I'm using for specific recipes. And so you can see that I have like my goals of purchases set out here, and I'm hoping that's what I'm actually going to use in September, along with not doing any other non-essential purchases. I spent almost $700 in August on just random things, maybe a new purse that I wanted, or, just things like that. And so doing a no spend month is just so great. My goal for the month is to save $2,500. And so I definitely think I'm going to be able to do that. I've done a couple different no spends before. This one is from January. And so we were able to save $1,300 during that month. And so like I said, if you guys want to do this no spend challenge with me, go ahead and join that Facebook group down below. We start literally tomorrow. And I'm doing a buddy read of this book called Living Well, Spending Less. But I think it's just going to be really great. I think it incorporates minimalism and how to kind of get the most out of your life without always having to spend money on extra things that you think that you need. It kind of talks a little bit about, like on Instagram scrolling and seeing, everybody else's life and thinking that that's the life that you need. And so I love that it talks about minimalism in it. I think it's also going to talk a little bit about decluttering. So I'm really, really excited. I'm actually doing this buddy read in that no spend challenge group. So I'm writing out a little reading schedule, and then I'm going to use this page to also write down just like things that I've learned from that book, maybe things that I thought that were helpful, or even quotes or mottos that I really like. And then the page on the left, you guys will see later, I'll have it completely filled out with what I'm allowing on my no spend month, what I'm not allowing, tips that I have, and all of that type of stuff. So I hope that you guys are excited if you are joining me, and if you're not, maybe you want to try this out in the future. Okay, now I'm working on my Wheel of TBR page spread. This is a TBR challenge I am doing in my online book club. And so I made a wheel, and actually tonight I get to spin it at 8 p.m. and whatever you land on is the prompt that you will read. So we got to pick our own prompts. I think I picked around 18. And so I'm writing down all of those prompts and leaving some space in between, so that way I can either put some book ideas there that I want to read for those certain prompts, or I'm also going to write the book once I do read it for that prompt. So that way I can look and see, what books I read, what prompts I hit, and I'm just really excited for it. It's super colorful and it looks great. And I'm still doing my normal wrap up. I don't think I've changed this at all this year. And so this is just my September wrap up. It's where I keep track of all the books and the stats that I need for my yearly stats page. Then I'm working on a little bit of a different setup for my meal planning and my weekly to-do list. And this, it's not like really different from the one that I was doing last time, but I think it looks a little bit more sophisticated this way. And so I'm really liking it. I'm just writing down, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which normally breakfast is literally just like extra snacks I'm making. It's not actually breakfast, but I ended up doing my meal planning after I finished this spread, and it's working out really great. I love how it's set up. I think it's so beautiful and clean, and I am really excited for this week's bento box lunches. On the right side, I'm just going to use it for like a running to-do list. I don't even think I'm going to put the actual days that I need to get stuff done, just because going back to work, I only have specific days I can get get stuff done anyway. Right, here is a whole flip through of my bullet journal for September with a lot of the things filled out so that way it's ready for me to use. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely leave a comment down below so that I know that you like the way that this is set up. I felt like this one just had a lot of cozy vibes in it because it's a rainy day here where I live in Virginia. But I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I will see you guys very soon in another video. Bye everyone!